my subscribers specifically asked for a whispering show and tell, and some other viewers have mentioned that they would like to see more videos like a old video that I did on my channel early when I started, of a baseball card collection that I had when I was a kid. And in that video I mentioned that I also had other collectibles, and that I had, at the time, I planned on trying to make those videos when I was able to locate the collectibles, because for example, I had a stamp collection when I was a kid, and I thought that might be interesting to show and make an ASMR video of it. However, at the time I had moved back to the United States from abroad, and I wasn't sure where the collection was, and some of my other collectibles I wasn't really sure where I had stored them, in what boxes and things like that, because I obviously left behind a collection like that when I was a child. So I said that when I found them I would make videos of those collectibles that I had. Unfortunately, I had another move and a lot of family emergencies, some health issues, another move, as I said, and things like that. So that is the reason why there was a delay. But I'm hoping that things are going to get back to normal soon, and I will be able to look for those collectibles and make those videos. But in the meantime, I thought I would share some things that I have now. And one thing that I'm passionate about is art. I have worked as a freelance artist. I love to just create art in my spare time, and art was my minor in college. So I have a lot of art supplies, but I am not going to show you, a large collection of all the art supplies that I have, mostly, because I have too much, and a lot of them have been used, and they're kind of, they don't look so great, so, and in my personal opinion, it's more aesthetically appealing to show things in good condition. So I will be sharing tonight just a small, random group of art supplies that have been selected specifically for two reasons. One, they have never been used, or they have been used very seldom, and so they look like they're in pretty good condition, or they are in great condition because they're brand new, but practically. And also because I realized that they have some ASMR qualities to them that might help trigger your ASMR. When I'm playing around with some stuff, I noticed some of these items have, you can produce nice sounds with them, so that is how I selected this group of very random, and it is random stuff. So I hope that you enjoy. Let me get started. Okay, in this box, and it's a tin, actually, tin box, I keep some pencils, and I have colored pencils and drawing pencils and a few other things, and I So makes a nice sound. An eraser, and this is an eraser. I have a lot of them, but this is an eraser that I've never used, of course, and it's still in its plastic wrapper. And for those of you who like crinkly sounds, this might be a trigger for you. Just in case this is not loud enough. Hopefully it's not too loud, but we'll test it out and see. That worked out. Okay. And then I have a pencil sharpener. It's a very small metal one, and this is really nice because it has ridges on it. It's textured. But the ridges make a really nice sound when you run your fingernails over the ridging here. Also and see. It sounds better that way. Okay. And oops. Next I have an X-Acto knife. And for those of you who are familiar with art, you know what an X-Acto knife is for. But a brief explanation to anybody who doesn't know and is unfamiliar with an X-Acto knife. It's basically a knife pen. This is aluminum, and this is the plastic cap on it. Let me take it off and I'll show you. This is the blade, which is a razor blade basically, with a very sharp, it has a point on it, and it's very sharp. And you use it for cutting, and it's very useful to an artist because it can give you a very precise, exact cut. That's if you're looking for a very precise, exact cut, the X-Acto knife is what you would want to use. And this is detachable. You can screw it on, and you can screw it off. You can replace the blade when it becomes dull. Let me screw it back on. Oops. Okay, there. And I like this part right here. It's textured, and it makes a really nice sound. Put it near the mic also. Put the plastic cap back on. Oops. Moving on. Okay, now I'm going to show you some, I forgot this one. It's just a ultra-fine marker. Very thin tip for making very thin, fine lines. Okay. I'm going to show you the pencils. I have quite a few of them in here. Let me take them out. Put this away. Okay. I have to sort these. What I have is I have some color pencils that I've never used at all. And I have another set, a totally different brand. And I have used them somewhat, but just not that much. And I'll show these to you. Let's see if I can get these right. Let's see. Again, okay. And, oops. And, okay. Okay, these are the color pencils I've never used. And they are, well, I have another set that is similar to this. They're not expensive, they're just, an expensive group of pencils, color pencils that I just use for, playing around, doing things, projects that are personal, just coming up with ideas and concepts and stuff. But the other set, they're expensive, and I use those for professional projects or really important projects that I have, or something I'm doing that's, really important to me. So, and I do that basically because I find it more cost effective to use cheaper materials for just, playing around. Because some of the more expensive projects, more expensive supplies, you kind of want to save them because, they're expensive, so don't want to run through them that quickly. Okay, let's see, I'll show you the colors that I have there. This is a dark brown. This is a mild yellow. This is violet. This is black. This is forest green. This is sky blue. This is orange. This is deep blue. This is bright red. And this is pink green. So that's my unused color pencils and expensive ones. I like the sound of pencils when you punch them together like this. It was really funny because when I was a little kid, and this was long before I knew anything about ASMR, of course, I used to play around with art supplies, and I had a particular teacher, an art teacher, and the school I went to, we had like a really good art program there, and the teacher had like her own art room and everything, and we had like all kinds of art supplies, and it was really, really, really nice. And I used to love that class, of course, but because I had ASMR and I didn't realize it, I always was playing around with all the supplies that we would be using, on different projects and stuff, like different weeks we'd have projects, and the teacher would, give us, the supplies that we needed to create the art that we were making and stuff. And I always was fiddling around with the stuff. And ASMR people do, we all do it, so you know what I mean. And I didn't even know why, but I found it so relaxing and so soothing, and I was getting tingles and stuff. So, and this particular teacher just, she just would get so angry at me for always doing stuff like that. She used to tell me, stop playing around with these supplies. They're not toys, Obviously, she did not have ASMR, but it was kind of funny. I think I was driving her up the wall. I was driving her crazy, getting on her nerves. I really did believe that. And she did not understand why I constantly was doing stuff like that. And it was kind of bad because none of the other kids in the class, in my class, when we had art, they weren't doing that, so they obviously didn't have ASMR either. And so it wasn't really just a kid thing. I mean, I know kids fiddle around with stuff, but I guess it was the way I think there's a difference between fiddling around with things and then actually, playing around with things to get triggers, us that have ASMR, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and you kind of space out too when you're doing it, so you're not doing your art. And she would, get on me about that. She'd say, yeah, you need to be like finishing your project, just sitting there playing around with your supplies like they're toys and stuff. I got A's in that class, but the problem was I would zone out sometimes, so that was a problem. Anyway, moving on. Okay. This is the other group of colored pencils that I have, and as you can see, I've used them because they're shorter and they're not as, I brought these in an art supply store, and that's the reason why they were expensive. And I'm not really sure that they, let me put them here like this. I'm not really sure that, well, the problem with art supply stores, as some of you know, if you buy items there, they tend to be expensive. And I'm not really sure that that's always necessary, because I have brought some things in art supply stores and they were overpriced, I believe, because they try to say that you pay for the quality. And that's true, for example, of these, because these are very good pencils and they were expensive, but they were worth it. But I've brought other things in art supply stores and paid a lot for it, and they were not of good quality, even though they were, a brand name, and they should have been, but they weren't. And I bought something, moderate price or even cheap, and it was just as good. So I think they're ripping us off, of course. But what can you do? Anyway, these are marked, the colors, and they also, because they're a more expensive brand, they have numbers assigned to them also. But I will tell you the colors that I have. This is a warm gray dark. This is black. This is dark green. Tuscan red. Indigo blue. And blue violet. Now I'm going to show you some of my pencils. This happens to be an expensive pencil that I have for drawing, and it doesn't have any kind of special qualities. It's just something I use for doodling and things like that. It's not the worst pencil, but it's not great either. But it gets the job done. But here are some pencils that I've never used, and they are granite drawing pencils, and these are a better quality, and they have numbers assigned to them, and I will show you which ones I have. Now, once again, for those of you who are not familiar with art, and you don't know about drawing pencils, the numbers are assigned to different pencils based on the softness or hardness of the granite, because as I said, these are granite drawing pencils, and basically what you have is pencils that will give you different effects, and so you would select different numbers for the kind of artistic effect you're looking for in your drawing. For example, some pencils are darker than others, some are lighter, some will give you finer lines, some will give you thicker lines, some are better for shading and smudging, things like that, and blending. So that is the reason why they will make a variety of pencils, and then they mark them accordingly by their numbers, and you would select what pencil you need for that particular effect. And it's actually a good idea for an artist to have a wide variety of different pencils so that they can achieve a variety of different kinds of looks. I've only got 4 here, but I have, a lot of pencils. But I've used them. These are the ones I haven't used. I have these exact pencils that I have used. I have the exact same thing that I'm currently using. These are just 4 that I haven't used yet, but I'll get around to using them once I'm done with the others. I have, let's see, I have a 4B. And I have a 2B. And this is a 6B. And this is an HB. And last but not least is this pencil. It's also a drawing pencil, and it's a really good one, and I've had it for a really long time. I brought it also in an art supply store, so it was expensive. And I've used it, as you can see, quite a bit, but not as often as I would have liked, because I just was kind of holding on to it, I guess. I used it only when it was necessary, but it used to be full size like this one. So, but it's a really good pencil. It's a jet black, extra smooth ebony. Okay, that's my drawing pencils and color pencils. Moving on to the next thing. Okay, here I have some color pastels. And I've used some of them. Some of them I haven't used. But I haven't used them a lot. And they still have their paper on them, which is nice, because the ones that I use constantly lost some of their paper. And that's what makes them really nice for this ASMR video, because when you rub them like this, they produce a nice sound. The paper rubs against each other. I'll start with this one because it's my oldest and also my most expensive one. Once again, I brought this in an art supply store, and I have a bunch of other ones that are like this that I brought at the same time, and they're just larger than this one. And they're all green like this with the paint, but they, of course, are heavily used, so some of them have the paint missing, and one actually doesn't even have any paint on it anymore. Underneath there wood. And this one I've used a few times, but not that much. So it's still in mint condition. It's a number 4 white bristles that are firm but soft. Not extremely firm, sort of, I would say, in the middle. And let's see if you can hear the sound. I'm going to put it near the mic so you can hear the sound of the bristles. That is a number 9, and it is a round brush, some moderate price brush. I never used it. The bristles are extremely stiff, and they're off-white, very firm and stiff, as I said. Makes a really nice sound. I'm going to put it near the mic so you can hear it. Okay. Hopefully you can hear that. And I brought this. They came together. Set. I brought this one also. This is a flat brush. It's a number 9. I think it's either 9 or 6. I'm not sure. I've never used it, so I'm not really sure how you should look at this. I don't have the packaging anymore. That would have told me, but when I brought it, I don't know. Because a 6 upside down. Is a 9, and a 9 upside down is a 6, so who knows. But this is a flat, as I said. Same thing, the bristles are very stiff. This is a rougher brush, where the other one, the green one that I showed you, is very soft. I'll put it up to the mic so you can hear it. It's a number 8, and it's a flat shader, and it has very soft bristles, and they're very smooth and silky. They're an orange color, kind of orangish kind of color. It's blue. This one is like a burgundy. I forgot to mention this burgundy color. I don't know if the colors are showing up on here. But it's a burgundy. The other's a green. This is blue. I'll put this near the mic so you can hear the sound of this one. 6 or something, 6 or 9, and it's a round. Never used this either, and it still has its plastic cover on it. I'll take that off, and you can see this is a very stiff bristle. Actually comes to a point, and a brush like this would be used for making very thin, fine lines or for detail work. You can also use it to sign your name on your artwork, because it's almost like a quill pen with its tip and its stiff bristles. So, a brush like that, that's what you would use it for. And that's for any of you who are not, artists, and you don't know much about art supplies. But for those of you who do, you already knew that, so. Anyway, moving on. Okay. I have a few more brushes to show you. Now, this is a set of brushes that I have still in their original plastic wrapping. And for those of you, again, who like crinkly sounds, this might trigger you. So I'm going to play around with it for a little while before I take them out and show them to you. Might be enough of the bag, so let's say goodbye to the plastic wrapping. Bye. Okay, here I have a fan brush, and it's also very smooth and silky, very soft. See if you can hear it. Okay, hopefully you can hear that, but I don't know. And this is a 5/8 angle brush. Also very soft, very smooth and silky. And a bit firm though. Let's see if you can hear this one. Okay, that's that brush. Now, the next one is a 1/4, and it's soft. It's not firm at all. It's a smaller brush, of course, but its bristles are very soft. Now not really sure this is going to produce much sound, so I'll try it, but it may not. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear that. Okay. Then we have this little brush, very tiny. This would also be used for detail work. The bristles are very soft though. It's not stiff or anything. But you can use it for anything where you need to add very small details, small lines, different things like that. I'm not going to even bother with this one because I think the bristles are way too small, so I'm sure you can't hear it because I can barely hear it. So, moving on. This is a number 4, and it is a brush like the other one I showed you. Bristles are very stiff and come to a point, so you would use it for the same purpose that you would use the other one. The only difference is they're different size brushes, but the purpose is the same. That's these brushes, and I have one more brush to show you, and then I'm done with brushes, and I'll be moving on to something else. This brush is also well, the brush is still in its plastic wrapping, and I am going to play around with it a bit for those who enjoy the crinkle sounds, because this plastic wrapping is thicker than the other, so it produces a different sound. So maybe some of you might prefer this. Let me get it up. Okay. I've used this brush a lot, and I've had it for a really long time, but it's a really good brush, and I don't know what number it is because the engraving is faded somewhat, and I can't really read it, so I don't know. I just know it's a very small brush. It's the bristles of this brush are sable. I do know that also, but that's all I know. But it's still a really good brush, and it's still in really good condition, but I have used it a lot. So that's all of my brushes. This is a canvas, a small canvas that I have, and I haven't used it. It's still in its plastic cover. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to use it and do something with it, but I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. So because it's got the plastic on it still, so I can't get to the texture, but I can scratch a little bit. But I plan on doing another video where I actually will play around with canvas and even some of my paintings, because they make really good ASMR scratching sounds. That's coming up in the near future. But for now, I'll just use this. See what I can do with this canvas, even though it has the plastic still on it. Okay. And here I have a acrylic pad that I've never used. And it really makes some nice sounds because the paper is textured, as you will see when I open it up. Paper's also very thick. It's a really nice sound when you rub your hand over it. And rub it like this with your fingers. Makes a really nice sound when I use my shirt to rub against it. That sound of the fabric against the cardboard. It's a very smooth sound. soft and smooth. The sound that is produced when you rub your fingers or your hand over the container. Here we have yellow. This is gold. This is terracotta. I don't know how it's showing up on the camera. It may not look like terracotta, but it is a terracotta color. This is purple, blue, almost a turquoise blue, white. This is a very strange color of pink. I would say, I don't know how it's showing up on the camera. I think maybe it would be like a fuchsia sort of maybe color. Maybe, I don't know. This is red. I don't think it's showing up like red, but that's what it is. This is green, pink, light blue, and black. The watercolors themselves make a very nice sound when you rub your finger over them. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Again, the sound of fabric going over it sounds really nice. Produces a different sound than when you use your fingers. It's still very soothing, very soft, but skin on it sounds one way. And the fabric is a different sound. I like that. I like both, actually, though. But it's nice how something like that just makes a very subtle difference. some of the items that I included were able to trigger your ASMR. Please let me know if you found any of these items particularly ASMR triggering for you, and you would like to see them included in future videos where I am able to spend a little bit more time on a individual item. Don't hesitate to let me know, okay? Because I'm more than willing to do that. Also, I want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate any support that I get on this channel, and I hope to make this channel something that will be a place of relaxation for you, and a place where you can come and be able to experience this wonderful phenomenon that we call ASMR. So, with that being said, of course, feedback is always encouraged and appreciated. Let me know what works and what doesn't work. So, I want to also say that I hope everyone is doing